السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه وبعد. So inshallah in a few minutes we're going to cover one of the ayat that we have recited in Surah Al-Mu'minun. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala spoke about this conversation that is going to take place on the day of judgment between Allah Azza wa Jal. Between Allah Azza wa Jal, conversation will be between Allah Azza wa Jal and those who used to do something in the dunya very bad. You know, they used to do what? They used to hear the ayat of Allah Azza wa Jal. They used to do what? Hear, listen to the ayat of Allah Azza wa Jal. But they used also to neglect it and deny it. Allah will say to them, أَلَمْ تَكُنْ آيَاتِي تُتْلَى عَلَيْكُمْ. Haven't my verses were recited unto you? Right? So they used to listen or not? They used to listen to the Quran, to the ayat of Allah Azza wa Jal, but they used to neglect it, deny it, ignore it. فَكُنْتُمْ بِهَا تُكَذِّبُونَ. You used to deny it, right? You used to belie in it, in these ayat, right? And subhanallah, Allah said in the Quran, in Surah Al-Isra, وَنُنَزِّلُ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ مَا هُوَ شِفَاءٌ وَرَحْمَةٌ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ. And then, وَلَا يَزِيدُ الظَّالِمِينَ إِلَّا خَسَارًا. The same exact Quran, the same source of guidance, Allah said, it is actually shifa. It's a kind of cure, healing, right? A source of shifa. Wa rahmah, and mercy to the believers. Shifa wa rahmah li al-mu'mineen. So the Quran is what? Shifa wa rahmah. Shifa wa rahmah lil-mu'mineen. It's not for everybody, only for the believers. Why? Because the verse ended by وَلَا يَزِيدُ الظَّالِمِينَ إِلَّا خَسَارًا. Imagine the Quran increases the wrongdoers in what? Khasara, loss. It's a source of loss to the wrongdoers. وَلَا يَزِيدُ الظَّالِمِينَ إِلَّا خَسَارًا. That's why Allah said at the beginning of Surah Al-Baqarah, ألف لام ميم ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين. This is the book. There is no doubt in it. No doubt in the book. This is a book of Allah Azza wa Jal. He said, Hudan, it's a guidance for muttaqin, righteous. The containers, the hearts, have to be clean and pure. The recipients, those who receive the Quran, the guidance, they have to be pure and they have to be able to get this guidance. That's why some of those who actually listened to the Quran and heard the Quran, not from me, not from the most beautiful reciter, not from the most beautiful melodious voice, it is from the Prophet Muhammad. They heard the Quran from him, and they are in the hellfire right now. Like Abu Jahl, right? Abu Lahab, the leaders of Mushrikeen, those who used to listen to the Quran and neglect it. So we need to wake up. The scholar said, back then the Sahaba, they used to hear the Quran and they didn't consider this time of hearing as a good deed. Means what? They didn't stop there. Okay, we heard the guidance. What should we do now? To act upon that, right? To implement it, right? Nowadays, the best among us is the one who hears Quran and then Sadaqallahu al-Azim, right? And stops. So what? Allah, I finished my homework. No, you have to start your homework now, right? You listen to something, but you didn't act upon it. Like you go to a company, you know what is the policy of the company? The manager says the policy is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 things you have to do every day. Okay? You hear them? Yes, I memorize them, mashallah. The next day, none of them will be applied. And you say, no, but I heard. Right? Get the point? Subhanallah. So that's why we see our nation, we see everybody, we see subhanallah, we are suffering because of that. The lack of actions. The lack of actions. Wallahi, take it from my heart. We were the ummah of actions. That's why Allah gave us victory. Allah protected us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was with us. And once we changed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala changed. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِقَوْمٍ حَتَّى يُغَيِّرُوا مَا بِأَنفُسِهِمْ. Allah said that in the Quran. Allah will never change the status of any nation and any people unless they change their status. You can understand both ways, by the way. But either way means you're good. Allah is not going to take from you the blessings unless you change and to become bad. And if you are bad, Allah will never change your status to give you blessings and victory unless you change yourself. Right? So you can understand both ways. Correct. Subhanallah. That's why, my brothers, we need to review our iman every single day. Every single day. The Sahaba used to do that. Used to go, and Umar ibn Khattab, imagine, after the death of the Prophet he went to go where? He used to go where? To Aminu Sirr al-Nabi. Who is Amin Sirr al-Nabi? Hudayfa ibn Yaman. Hudayfa ibn Yaman, right? The one who used to keep the secrets of the Prophet and the one who knew the names of the munafiqeen. He didn't disclose it. He didn't say those are munafiqeen. He only said that to Hudayfa. He said to Hudayfa, those are the munafiqeen. These are the names of them. He only said that to Hudayfa. Nobody else. Umar al-Khattab, he knew that. He went to Hudayfa. He said, after he got stabbed, Khalas, he's dying now. He said, by Allah, I ask you by Allah, did the Prophet Muhammad mention my name to you as a munafiq? Umar al-Khattab, he was caring about himself to be one of the munafiqeen. He said, what are you saying, O Amir al-Mu'mineen? What? He said, I ask you by Allah to inform me, am I one of those who were given to you as munafiqeen? Their names were given to you? He said to him, I'm going to only tell you, but I'm not going to tell anybody else after you. He said, you are not one of them. He said, Alhamdulillah. Look to these hearts. Nowadays we even don't pray, and we think we will be Jannah, we'll be going to Al-Firdaus. And we don't even care about ibadat, right? The Sahaba used to pray a lot and fear Allah Azza, and still they actually were caring about their hearts. So this is what we need actually to have every single day, to fear Allah Azza, to have khashiyah from Allah Azza, to be one of those who always review their iman, try to visit the meanings of iman, try to actually develop your heart and make sure your actions are at the same page, right? Subhanallah. So we ask Allah Azza to increase our iman. My brothers, I just want to remind you, tomorrow inshallah, after the Jum'ah, we will have inshallah chance to help our brothers and our sisters who are suffering there in Turkey and Syria. So inshallah we'll try to collect some funds for them inshallah tomorrow, and inshallah Majid is gonna do his best to make sure this money will be given to the right people, those who deserve it, right? So make sure that you don't send your money through any channel. Make sure that some people, they don't care, wallahi. Even in the midst of this hardship, they can steal money. Imagine that, subhanallah. Can you imagine these hearts? So just try inshallah to invite others. If anybody has any intention to help his brothers and sisters in Syria and Turkey, we ask Allah Azza to make it easy. جزاكم الله خيرا. سبحانك وبحمدك اشهد ان لا اله الا انت استغفرك.